to Bear Lifestyle, the podcast where we talk about taboo topics to make them normal and acceptable. I'm your host, Simona Spark, and I'm so happy that you are here. We are about to get naked by stripping away insecurities, judgments, and all kinds of limitations to reveal the essence of who we really are, Bear. Bold, authentic, radical, express. Let's go. All right. Welcome to Bear Lifestyle Podcast. Let's celebrate with tea. I'm celebrating myself, celebrating you, and everyone who watches and listens to today's podcast. Cheers, cheers. Yes, I'm already tired. 30 seconds in, I'm tired. Here's the deal though. I am not feeling good. My respiratory problems are back. I have a hard time breathing. And I spent the day, thinking that I can't record the podcast for this week. I'm sick, I'm tired. It's okay if I don't do it. I don't need to explain anyone. I need to attend to my health and well-being. And while all that is true, I've decided to come here and have a conversation about not feeling good, showing up imperfect, having a shitty day and weeks and months, whatever the case might be. So I want to speak from that place because it's been a hell of a ride. And if you follow this podcast for a while, you know that I have my own challenges for the past few months with health and in business and such. And man, makes one wonder what's going on. I mean, I know what's going on. I know the drill. It's a new level, right? But here's the question, how one could find the energy and the strength to keep on going and to keep on moving forward when the circumstances are just sucky, right? So I don't think I'm out of whatever's going on in my life. It certainly does not feel that I'm out of it yet. So, meaning I don't know all the lessons that are in it. But I did learn some so far that I want to share with you. One thing that I learned is the importance of the support system. Really. Who are your people? If you don't know who your people are, please take a minute and really look in your life. Who are your people? Who are the people that will be there for you? Who are the people that you could talk with them when you're not feeling good? When you are ready to abandon yourself because you don't have the strength or the energy or the health to hold yourself, so you need somebody else to hold you. And when you contemplate on that, or when you search for your people, please stay open for people that you don't even expect to come through. I have some pleasant surprises lately. People that came through for me. People that not only that I didn't even consider to ask for help, but people that I did not needed to ask for help. They just show up. And for that, I'm so grateful. So that's one lesson that I learned. Another thing that it's kind of crystallizing for me, maybe even into a form of a belief, is that We talked before several times from different angles that when we expand, when we break our comfort zone and we move to a new level, we are called to reveal some parts of ourselves that are still in hiding. So as expansive as we go, as deeper we get to go into finding those parts that are hidden really, really deep, right? And man, some parts come through that I didn't even know they're there. Like I was not only successfully ignore them, but creating those sophisticated strategies to keep them in hiding. So I'm gonna get to a point, promise. The belief that I feel is forming now into my system is that we have the ability and capacity to search for those parts and to pull them out so we could face them, heal them, love them, release them, whatever they need us to do for them, right? If we don't, life will pull them out. And when life does that, it's never cute. It's with pain and illness and struggle and disappointment. Yeah. So this is the belief that I'm slowly adopting. I'm like feeling it in my body. I was journaling earlier, and this is the thing that got written on the paper, like not even by me. And I don't want to get into angels and guides and all that, but I've been guided to write those things. Like, oh, get well, get the hell out of whatever this is, and look for the parts that you are hiding, because you have the tools, the wisdom, the capacity and ability to deal with those. And you get to expand and evolve and grow and level up without the pain and the disappointment and the struggle. So I'm very excited for that part that I get to discover in this. So see how this resonates with you. Take this as a lesson number 2. And then number 3 is this: do I show up or not? Do I take a break from this space where I committed to show up every week, right? To do the podcast. Do I take a break because I'm not feeling well? So everybody will understand. Or is it just another way of hiding? Is it just another level of perfectionism, right? And I decided that that's what it is. It's another level of perfectionism that I've been called to heal and release. And to say, hey, look, you're not feeling well, and you still get to show up. By not feeling well, breathing slowly, coughing, sniffing your nose, and let that part of myself knowing that it's okay. It's okay to show up imperfect. It's okay to keep the podcast short. It's okay to not be as entertaining as you might wish. It's okay. So here I am. Whew. So today I got a new treatment, And I am trusting that it's gonna work every day, and I'm gonna feel better next week at this time when I show up for the next podcast. But meantime, it's Christmas. Big holiday around the world, right? So I do want to wish you Merry Christmas if you celebrate this holiday. And if you don't, I do want to wish you an amazing week. And since we all get to have some days off, I do want to invite you to have a bare conversation with yourself. Find a few minutes and have that bare conversation. Ask yourself this: what doesn't let me show up as bold as I want to? What doesn't let me speak up authentically as I want to? What doesn't let me feel safe in having a radical, honest conversation with myself? And to ask myself, where am I hiding? What are the parts of me that are still hiding? And then, what doesn't let me express those parts? Well, I don't want to give you the answers, but most of the time, those answers are hidden behind judgment. We are afraid how people is going to judge us. And you know what? That's valid, because people do judge us. They did, they do, and they will always judge us. So now they're cleaning the backyard. I hope the noise is not too loud. Let me wait a minute. People judge, and we cannot stop that. But what I wanted to pay attention to is how and where you judge yourself. That's the radical honesty that I'm inviting you to have in a conversation with yourself. Because where you judge yourself, that's a space that you could control and you could do something about it. And I'm not saying don't judge yourself. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm still judging myself every now and then, way less than I used to. But every now and then I judge myself. And of course I judge myself when I'm down, which is interesting how that works, right? When we are down and shit hits the fan, we immediately judge ourselves, right? So I'm not gonna say don't judge yourself, but just be aware of it and then forgive yourself for doing it. And as you are aware, and the awareness is just gonna help you to do it less and less. Yeah, find a few minutes to have a bare conversation with yourself. Even more, if you have people in your life that you truly trust to be vulnerable and open with them, ask them to share with you how they see you. Where do they think that you are hiding? And if you don't have those people, you could hire people. You could hire a coach, a therapist, and have that conversation. If that's a conversation you want to have with me, open the show notes and book a call. I'm here. And I'll be happy to help you navigate those parts. So I know this is not a super entertaining podcast or energetic, because I don't have much energy right now. I don't. So it is what it is. But I will invite you to open the show notes and see what are the spaces that speak to you. The dungeons are still open, those are fun spaces to be, especially for holidays. If you are in a space of really increasing your menu for self-care and self-love, and more than that, if you're interested into expanding your own pleasure, those are just spaces to be in. So Queen's Dungeon is for women and King's Dungeon is for men. And they're about 2 hours each, 2-hour workshop with workbook and everything. And I'm teaching 12 and 14 self-pleasure practices filled with tools of healing insecurities and previous traumas, and identifying and exploring your own pleasure and expand on it, and really guiding you into how to step into your own power, like to find it, to step into it, and to show up in your life from that place, with a lot of confidence and just feeling powerful. Like Bear, right? Bold, authentic, radical, and fully express. So that's what I'm after for pretty much that everything that I created for the past couple years. So that's where we are today. I want to thank you for being here, for listening to this podcast. And I almost say for allowing me to show up like this, but I'm not saying that because I don't need anybody's permission to show up like this. And I don't want to sound arrogant. I just want to offer you the same thing. You don't need anybody's permission to show up. We don't need to apologize for not feeling good. We have options. Don't show up, whatever reasons, or show up as you are. And for me, this feels true. For me, this feels aligned. Moving forward with my life, really, not just today, with my life, to show up as I am. And trusting that people that value that will be there. And people that will judge that, they naturally will walk away, which is great. Natural selection, right? So again, thank you for being here. I wish you Merry Christmas if you celebrate this holiday. If not, have a wonderful week. Have a bear experience. Have that bear conversation with yourself. Open the show notes and see the spaces that speaks to you, that you want to walk into next. And I will see you next week. Cheers. And this is where we landed. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you enjoyed the show, make sure you leave me a review to let me know. For more bear experiences, please go to simonaspark.com/bear and follow us on Instagram at Simona Spark World. I can't wait to have you back. Until then, be bear, bold, authentic, radical, expressed. See you next time.